Well, I'm with a guy who knows a little bit about spinal injuries, TJ Ford. Talk about exactly what your injury entailed. It wasn't anything to do with a fracture. It was more of a precondition that got worsened through injury. Is that right?
Exactly. And, I had a spinal stenosis, which narrowed in the spinal cord. So my injury is a little different than Popso. But the biggest thing is just me trying to keep encouraging because it's going to be tough for him, especially right now with us playing. And even though he's part of the team, he still is not really part of the team.
And talk about what happens to your mindset. First of all, you're on an island when you get injured, anyways. But when you get that serious of an injury, talk about what you have to overcome mentally.
I think that's the hard key. I think basketball is not the problem. For me, basketball wasn't the problem. I didn't lose any of my skills. The biggest thing was condition. The biggest thing was the fear of getting hit, the fear of competition. Because in the course of basketball, it's physical than what people think. And in certain situations, you may get hit the wrong way, and in certain things, once he fall or somebody hit him and his neck may get sore, he may cause some doubts in his mind. So it's a lot of things that he has to overcome.
And initially, too, I'm sure there's a fear that you might never play again, period.
That depends on how long they hold him out. I think that's the ultimate key. For me, that was the thought process in my mind because, I went a year and a half without playing. So it really all depends on how long he's out and how long it takes him to get well.
Of course, too, spinal injuries are no joke. So like Pop So was saying, when he had no feeling or pain in his arm, he was afraid he wouldn't be able to use his arm. So there's a lot of seriousness surrounding, and it can be a little bit scary. And he was saying that he so much appreciated having your support because it is a really kind of frightening ordeal.
It's tough. It's very tough. I think the biggest thing is it's just giving time. The biggest thing is just relaxing, finding other things to get into, and just taking your time and being patient. And that's the biggest thing that's going to be hard for him is being patient. I had to be patient for a year and a half. That's a long time. And it's tough now because we're playing. We in competition, and your competitive nature wants to take over, but it can't happen. So mentally, he has to be ultimately strong, and I think that was able to make me successful last season, and to continue on with my career.
I asked him if you were a little bit jealous because he seems to be on his feet again pretty quickly, and as you say, it was a long wait for you.
He's on his feet quick, but at the same time, he still has to understand that it's a progress and it's a process that he has to go through. Just because you're moving well now doesn't mean anything. So you have to take your time and rebuild yourself up until you get to that level. So I'm trying to get him to not think in 4 to 6 months, just think longer than that, because once you put it in your mind, you'll be able to deal with it more, because when they tell you you'll be back in 4 months, you're expecting to be back in 4 months, and then when they push the schedule back, that's another depression that you have to go to, and I had to go through plenty of those.
Yeah. I want to ask you, I know it sounds cliche, but was there a silver lining in it? Did it make you stronger, more resilient, love the game more?
It made me appreciate people that's around me, and it made me appreciate life more than basketball. Basketball is just a sport that I like to play and that I was blessed to play well. And it's really just an activity. It's just an activity. It helped me understand the value of life, the value of family, treating people right. And just, it make your inner circle a lot smaller, because when I got hurt, a lot of people, your phone stopped ringing, and friends that you normally hang around and call your time, you don't get those phone calls. So it helps you become a better person, definitely.
Well, I know you were back on your feet, but it certainly didn't stop the Raptors from calling you.
I'm just excited to be here. I'm just happy to be part of something new and a fresh start, and something that's going to be very exciting for the community and the people in Toronto.
Best of luck. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
All right.